Welcome to our production of Matilda Jr. the Musical. I'm Wesley, and before we get started, we have a few simple things to ask of you. First, please keep the aisles clear and the kids stay behind the red line, the tape line. And please no flash photography, and please silence all phones before, so we don't distract the actors on the stage. And on behalf of the cast and the crew, we'd all like to give a special thanks and shout out to Ms. Wells, Ms. Thompson, and Ms. Averett. Because they just put in a lot of time and dedication to this show. Thank you all for coming, and I hope you enjoy.
Mommy says I'm a miracle.
My daddy says I'm a special little guy. I am a princess.
And I am a prince.
Mom says I'm an angel sent down from the sky.
My daddy says I'm a special little soldier. No one is as handsome and strong as me. It's true, he indulges my tendencies to bulge, but I'm such a soldier. Up to glory.
My mommy says I'm a miracle. Look at my face and it's plain to see. Ever since the day dawned, the umbilical cord makes me clear there's no here for a miracle like me. My mommy says I'm a precious Carolina. She ain't never seen a prettier Carolina. She says if I'm me, I have to cut down all the cream. But I'm a Carolina, so give me more care. Take another picture of our angel from this angle over here. She's really more emotionally developed than her peers. What a dear! Honey, look at mommy. Don't put honey on her brother. Stop, mommy, stop another. She's like, we'll take another. Have you seen this school report? You gotta see on the report. What? Have to take the school and teach us clearly for his joy. He's just delightful and insightful. When she be a little brighter than her father. Oh yeah, she's definitely advanced. Take another. My mother says I'm a miracle. Well, look at my face and it's plain to see. Ever since the day dawned, the umbilical cord is clear. There's no fear for a miracle like me. My mommy says I'm a miracle. That I'm as tiny and as shiny as a miracle. We can be all cynical, but it's the truth that miracle has never been a miracle. Miracle us, miracle us.
My mommy says I'm a lousy little worm. My daddy says I'm a bore. My mommy says I'm a jumped up little drum. That kids like me should be against the law. My daddy says I should learn to shut my pie hole. No one likes a smart mouth girl like me. Mom says I'm a good case for population control. Dad says I should watch more TV.
Yes, sir. That's right, sir. 155 brand new luxury cars, sir. Hang on.
She's reading the book.
That's not normal for a 5-year-old. I think she might be an idiot.
Listen to this. It was the best of times, it was the worst of times.
Stop scaring your mother with that book, boy.
I'm a girl.
And she keeps trying to tell me stories, Harry. It's not normal for a girl to be all thinking.
I'm going to have to call you straight back. I am trying to pull off the biggest business deal of my life, and I have to listen to this.
What about me? I got a whole house to take care of. Dinners don't microwave themselves, you know. I'm off to bleach my roots, and I shan't be talking to you for the rest of the evening.
But I'm going to make us rich.
How rich?
Very rich. Russian businessman, very stupid. Your genius husband is going to sell them 155 old bangers as brand new luxury cars.
But that's not fair. The The cars will break down. What about the Russians?
Fair, listen to the boy.
I'm a girl.
Fair doesn't get you anywhere in life, you thick-headed twit brain. All I can say is St. Kevin's Michael inherited his old man's brains. Like so. Michael.
Well, I shall take the money when you earn it, and I shall spend the money, but I shan't be enjoying it because of the despicable way in which you've spoken to me tonight.
This is your fault, with your stupid books and your stupid reading.
But that's not right.
You know what? You're off to school in a few days, and I know your headmistress, Agatha Trunchbull. You know, she used to compete in the Olympics, throwing the hammer, so I bet you can imagine what she's going to do to a horrible little goblin like you, boy.
I'm a girl.
Now, get off to bed, you little bookworm!
Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. So they say the subsequent four was inevitable. They never stood a chance, they were written that way. I wonder why they didn't just change their story. We're told we have to do, we're told, but surely sometimes you have to be a little bit naughty. Just because you find that life's not fair, it doesn't mean that you just have to grin and bear it. If you always take it on the chin and wear it, nothing will change. Even if you're little, you can do a lot. You mustn't let a little thing like little stop you. If you sit around and let them get on top you might as well be saying you think that it's okay, and that's not right. And if it's not right, you have to put it right. But nobody else is gonna put it right for me. Nobody but me is gonna change my story. Sometimes you have to be a little bit naughty. Blonde hair dye, extra strong, keep out of reach of children. Oil of violets hair tonic for men. Yep.
In business, son, a man's hair is his greatest asset. Good hair means a good brain.
Your hair, it's green!
My hair's green!
Why on earth would you do that?
Maybe you used some of Mummy's peroxide by mistake.
That's exactly what you've done, you stupid man.
No, my hair. My precious hair. And I've got my business meeting today. The Russians, what am I gonna do?
I know what you can do.
What?
You could pretend you're an elf.
Listen to the fool. The boy's a loony.
I'm a girl. Mum, would you like to hear a story?
Ugh, don't be disgusting. The sooner you're off to school, the better.
Matilda, what a pleasure to see you here in the library today.
Yes. I mean, my mum wanted me to stay at home with her, but I think it's good for grown-ups to have their own space.
Your parents must be proud to have a girl as clever as you. And do you tell them stories like you tell me? Oh, I love your stories, Matilda. That's a hint, by the way.
Once upon a time, the two greatest circus performers in the world, an escapologist and an acrobat, fell in love and got married.
They performed the most incredible feats together, and people would come from miles around.
Kings, queens, celebrities, and astronauts. And not just to see their skill, but also to see their love for one another.
Which was so deep that it said cats would purr as they passed, and dogs would weep with joy.
They moved into a beautiful old house.
And although they loved each other, they were sad. We have everything. But the one thing we do not have a child.
Their sadness overwhelmed them, and their work became the only place they could escape the tragedy of their lives. So they decided to perform the most dangerous feat ever known to man. It is called
The Burning Woman hurling through the air with dynamite in her hair. Over sharks and spiky objects,
Caught by the man locked in the cage.
and it's the most dangerous feat ever known to man.
It is our destiny.
Well, what happened next?
I don't know. Bye, Miss Phelps. I'll see you tomorrow.
After your first day of school.
My mommy says I'm a miracle. My daddy says I'm his special little guy. I am a princess.
And I am a prince.
I'm an angel. Mom says I'm an angel. Mom says I'm an angel. So you think you're able to survive this mess by being a prince or princess? You'll succeed to escaping tragedy. And even if you put in heaps of effort, you're just wasting energy. 'Cause your life, as you know, is ancient history. I have suffered in this jail. I've been trapped inside this cage for ages, this prison cell. But if I try, I can remember right before my life had ended, before my happy days were over, before us heard the pealing of the bell. I knew I was curious, so innocent I asked 1,000 questions. But unless you want to suffer, listen up and I'll teach you a thing or two. Do you listen here? I do. You be punished just a minute if you step out of line. If you cry, if you don't, you can say I'm in trouble. And remember to be extremely careful. Why? Why? Just you wait for phys ed. What's phys ed? Physical education. It's Trunchbull speciality. My mommy says I'm a miracle.
My daddy said I would be the teacher's pet.
So is he, I'm according to my mom. That's not the alphabet. The alphabet. What time for the kids? And so you think you're able to survive this mess by being a prince or a princess? You questions, but unless you want to suffer, listen up and I will teach you a thing or two. You listen here, my dear, you'll be close to the beginning. I don't mind it if you cry when you love, you should say I have trouble and remember to be extremely careful.
Why didn't you hear what you said?
Just you wait for his end. Just you wait for his A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y. Just you wait for his end.
Good morning, children. My name is Miss Honey, and it is a very special day, your first day of school. Now, can anyone read this?
Ooh, me, pick me, miss, pick me. I can do it. Me.
Very well. Nigel? Yes, I think you better leave it there. We don't want you to burst a blood vessel on your first day. Lavender!
Is the first word tomato?
No, but tomato is a very good word. Matilda.
I can now read words.
So, Matilda, you can read words?
Well, I needed to learn to read words so that I could read sentences. Because basically a sentence is just a big bunch of words. And if you can't read sentences, you've got no chance with books.
And have you read a whole book yourself?
More than one. I love books. Last week I read quite a few.
A few? What books did you read?
Nicholas Nickleby, Oliver Twist, Jane Eyre, Crime and Punishment, The Lord of the Rings, and The Cat in the Hat.
Don't be pathetic. Just knock on the door.
Enter! Well, don't just stand there like a wet tissue. Get on with it.
Miss Trunchbull, there's, in my class, there's this little girl called Matilda Wormwood.
Daughter of Mr. Harry Wormwood, who owns Wormwood Motors. Excellent man. Told me to watch out for the brat, though. Says she's a real wart.
Oh, no, headmistress. I don't believe Matilda's that kind of child at all.
What is the school motto, Miss Honey?
Bambinonum est magitum.
Bombinatum est magitum. Children are maggots. In fact, it must have been her who put that stink bomb under my desk this morning. I'll have her for that. Thank you for suggesting it.
But I didn't. Miss Trunchbull, Matilda Wormwood is a genius.
Nonsense.
Headmistress, it is in my opinion that this little girl should be placed with the 11-year-olds.
We cannot just place her in with the 11-year-olds. What kind of society would that be? Think about the rules, honey, rules.
I believe Matilda's an exception to the rules.
An exception to the rules in my school? Look at these trophies. See how my trophies gleam in the sunlight. See how they shine. What do you think it took to become English? Hammer throwing champion 1969. Do you think in that moment, when my big moment came, that I treated the rules with casual disdain? No. If you want to throw the hammer for your country, you have to stay inside the circle all the time. If you want to make the team, you don't need happiness or self-esteem. You just need to keep your feet inside the line. Sing, children. 2, 3, 4.
If you want to throw
headmistress says it is my intention to help this little girl, whether you like it or not.
Oh, don't tell I'm not rich.
Well, they took one look at the mileage on the first car and said they were all knackered. I told them it was so hard because of the little manufacturing sale.
So, you lied?
Of course I lied.
And they didn't believe you?
Of course they didn't believe me. I've got green hair.
I've got hair.
And what's this? Another flaming book? What's wrong with the telly?
No, it's a lovely book. Honest, you should read it. I'm sure you'd...
Here's what I think of your lovely.
Please, no, it's a library book. Please, no! No! Please, I'm telling you, it's a library book. You're gonna have to pay for this. Please! You showed the brat. Oh, I'm late for my dance lessons with Matilda.
Now get out of here, you little stinkworm.
Do we have any super glue?
In the cupboard. Oh, and while you're at it, why don't you stick this stupid book to your stupid brain?
That's funny.
Just because you find that life's not fair, it doesn't mean that you just have to grin and bear it. If you always take it on the chin and wear it, nothing will change. Even if you're little, you can do a lot. You mustn't let a little thing like little stop you. If you sit around and let them get on top you might still be saying you think that it's okay, and that's not right.
I've got my eyes on you, boy.
I'm a girl. Matilda, do all those brains in your head give you a headache? I mean, it's got to hurt all squished in there.
No, it's fine. I think they just fit.
Well, I better hang around just in case they start to squeeze out of your ears. I'm Lavender, and I think it's probably for the best if we're best friends.
Piping! Someone poured a whole can of treacle onto Trunchbull's chair. Someone told her I did it, and now she's after me.
That's not fair.
Once Agatha Trunchbull thinks you're guilty, you're squished.
They're saying she's going to put me in Turkey.
What's chokey?
They say it's a cupboard in the office she throws children into. They say it's lined with nails and spikes and bits of broken glass.
There's a place you are sent if you haven't been good, and it's made of spikes and wood, and it isn't wide enough to sit. And even if you could, there are nails on the bolters where you wish you stood. When the hinges creak and the door is closed, you cannot see squat of the end of your nose. And when you scream, you don't know if the sound came out or in the scream in your head even reached your mouth.
All right. When did this happen?
20 minutes ago. Why? She's coming!
You'd better hide. Quick, blazers! Now!
Please don't tell her I am Matilda. Do.
Where is the maggot known as Nigel?
He's over there, under all those coats. Where he's been for the last hour, actually.
What in our?
Yes. Nigel suffers from a rare but chronic sleeping disorder called narcolepsy. The sufferer falls asleep, often without any warning. We put him under the coats for safety, Didn't we? Yeah. Didn't we? Yeah! Definitely. Oh, yeah. He'll probably think he's in bed when he wakes up.
Oh, 5 more minutes, Mum. This isn't my bedroom at all. Hi, Miss Trunchbull.
Amanda Grip!
Yes, Miss Trunchbull?
What have I told you about wearing pigtails? I hate pigtails!
But my mummy says they make me look pretty.
Then your mother is a twit!
Are you okay?
You! What is your name?
Matilda. Matilda Wormwood.
Well, Wormwood, you just made a very big mistake.
Are you okay? I can't believe what just happened. Just so you all know, she's my best friend. Wow! Let's go.
Yes, sir. Completely different person. Green hair. Yeah, it was, National Green Hair Day. A celebration of all the wonderful green things in the world. Like lettuce and snot. Tomorrow at 1, sir. Absolutely, sir. Bye-bye, sir. Now that is how you do That's how you do No, I'll leave it on. It looks like rain anyways.
Who is it?
Oh, yes, hello. It's Miss Honey, Matilda's teacher.
Bit busy right now.
Oh, it will only take a moment.
Come in if you must. This is Rodolfo. He's my dance partner. We're rehearsing.
Ciao.
Oh, hello, Italiano. Bene?
What? Who is this? Baby, you know what these interruptions have to do to my energy flow.
What do you want, Miss Tony?
It's Miss Honey. Well, as you know, Matilda's in the bottom class, and children in the bottom class aren't really expected to read.
Well, stop her reading then. Lord knows we've tried.
Oh, I'm in the zone, Joe. I can feel it in my hips. Don't waste this.
I'm not to girls getting all clever pants, Miss Hussey. Looks are more important than books. I mean, look at you, and look at me. You chose books. I chose looks.
I beg your pardon.
Babes, please. I'm on fire here.
Matilda can calculate complicated figures in her head in an instant.
Oh yeah, we'll calculate this.
Fantastico!
Her mind is incredible. With a little help from us, she could...
Mind? A mind? Oh, you really don't know a thing, do you? Somewhere along the way, my dear, you've made an awful error. You won't blame yourself now. Come along. You seem to think that people like people what are clever. It's very quaint, it's very sweet, but wrong. People don't like smarty pants what go round claiming that they know stuff we don't know. Now here's a tip. What you know matters less than the volume with which what you don't know is expressed. Content has never been less important, so you have got to be. Wow!
shake out to swell. You got a lot, they're hiding under a bush. No one's gonna look at you, don't stand out. No one's gonna listen to you, young child. No one's gonna care if you don't care. So go and put some highlights in your hair. Cause you gotta highlight what you got. Even if what you got is not a lot, you gotta be loud. Whatever. Loud, 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 loud. Woo! You gotta be loud. Now get out.
Just get on your feet, Jenny. You are going to march in there and give them a piece of your mind. Leave it alone, Jenny. The more that you try, the more you'll just look like a fool. This is not your problem. You've not got the spine. You are a teacher, just go back to school. But this little girl, this miracle, she seems not to know that she's special at all. And what sort of teacher would I be if I let this little girl fall? I can see this little girl needs somebody strong to fight by her side. Instead, she's found me, pathetic little me, and another door closes, and Jenny's outside. Matilda? Starting tomorrow, I shall bring a selection of very clever books that will challenge your mind. You may sit and read them while I teach the others, and if you have any questions, I shall do my best to answer them. How does that sound? Why, Matilda, this is the biggest hug in the world. You're going to hug all the air out of me.
Matilda Wormwood, where is...
Yes, Miss Trunchbull?
Aha! So you admit it, do you?
I admit, but Miss Trunchbull.
This morning, this foul cub uncle sneaked like a serpent into the kitchen and stole a slice of my private chocolate cake from my tea tray.
No, I did not.
Miss Trunchbull, Matilda has been here all morning.
Standing up for the little spitball, are you? Well, this crime took place before school started. Therefore, she is guilty.
Okay, look, I stole the cake. And honestly, I was really, definitely, sort of, almost thinking about owning up. Maybe. But I was having a lot of trouble with my belly. The Trunchbull's cake was so good that I scoffed it down too quick. And now, it was beginning to fight back. See?
I didn't do anything.
You are a thief and a crook, and I shall crush you.
A huge cloud of chocolatey gas wafted from my mouth and drifted full into the face of the Trunchbull. Yes, miss, I'm very sorry, but...
Oh, as long as you enjoyed it, that's the main thing.
It is?
Yes, Bob Trotter, it is.
Well, I did. Thank you.
Wonderful, marvelous. That makes me so happy. It gives me a warm glow in my lower intestine. Oh, cook! What's the matter, Bob Trotter? Lost your appetite?
Well, yes, I'm full.
I will tell you when you're full. And I say that criminals like you are not full till you've eaten the entire cake.
But...
No buts, eat!
Headmistress, he'll be sick.
You should have thought of that before you decided to steal my cake! Eat! He can't! Eat! He might explode! Eat!
A single slice, or even two, Bruce, might be nice, but even you, Bruce, have to admit, between you and it, there's not a lot of difference in size. He can't, he surely can, he surely can. What a man, Bruce, he might explode. He's quite elastic, he's going to blow, make him stop, he's fantastic. Look at him go. I can't watch Bruce. You'll never again be subject to abuse, but your immense caboose shall call a truce, Bruce. But there is swallow you are tightening the noose. We never thought it was possible, but here it is coming true. We can have our cake and eat it too. The time has come to put that tumbling tongue to use. No excuse, Bruce. Let out your belt, I think I want your trousers loose. Oh, stuff it in, Bruce, you're almost finished. Bruce, you'll fit it in, whatever you do, just don't give in. Don't let your win. Come on, Bruce, be our hero. Cover yourself in chocolate glory.
Sorry, Miss Trunchbull, I got carried away.
Oh, it's all right, Jenny. We all get carried away sometimes. Even me. Well done, Bob Trotter. Good show. Well, come along, Bob Trotter.
What? Why?
Oh, did I not mention? That was the first part of your punishment. There's more. The second part. And the second part is choking.
What?
No, Miss Trunchbull, please, you can't.
Do you think I would allow myself to be defeated by these maggots? Did you? Who do you think I am, Miss Honey? A weakling? An idiot? You?
Please, don't take me to Cherokee. Anywhere but that. No, please, not Cherokee. Anywhere but that. Please, don't take me to the Cherokee. No, not Cherokee. Not that. No!
That's not right!
Matilda! Thank God you're here. I'm dying for the next part of the story. I haven't slept a wink.
Miss Phelps, where's the revenge section?
What? Is there a child at school who's been behaving like a bully?
Not a child, exactly. Do you want to hear the next part of the story?
What are we waiting for?
As the two prepared themselves for the most dangerous feat that had ever been performed, the acrobat gave her husband encouragement.
Smile, we have done this 1,000 times.
First, I escape from the cage, lean out, catch you with one hand, grab a fire extinguisher with the other, and put the flames out on your specially designed dress before they reach your head and blow the dynamite.
No! Sorry, go on.
The trick started well. The moment the dress was set alight, the acrobat swung into the air. She hurled over the sharks and spiky objects. Suddenly, the padlocks pinged open and the huge chains fell away. The door flung open and the escapologist reached out to catch his wife and the child.
Oh, I can't look.
He grabs her hand and suddenly the flames are covered in foam before they can both be blown to pieces.
Hooray! So the story has a happy ending?
No.
No.
The escapologist used to touch too much foam, and the hands became slippy, and she fell.
Did she survive?
She broke every bone in her body, except the ones at the ends of her little fingers. She lived long enough to have their child.
Bless our daughter, all your heart. She's all we've ever wanted.
And then she died. And then things got worse.
Worse? Oh no, Matilda, they can't get worse.
I'm afraid they did. Because the escapologists are so kind, he never blamed the evil sister for what had happened. In fact, he asked her to move in and help look after his daughter. She was nothing but cruel to the little girl, beating her if she ever did anything wrong. But always in secret, so that the escapologist never suspected a thing.
Let's call the police!
What? Miss Phelps, it's just a story.
What? Oh, yes, of course. I'd better go.
Yeah.
When I grew up, I told me not to reach the branches that I need to reach to climb the trees you get to climb when you're grown up. When I grow up, I will be smart enough to answer all the questions that you need to know the answers to before you're grown up.
And when I grow up, I will eat sweets every day. On the way to work, and I will go to bed late every night. And I will wake up when the sun comes up, and I will watch cartoons until my eyes go square. And I won't care, 'cause I'll be all grown up when I grow up. When I grow up, when I grow up, when I grow up, I will be strong enough to carry all the heavy things you have to haul around with you when you're a grown up. And when I grow up, when I grow up, when I grow up, I will be brave enough to fight the creatures that you have to fight beneath the bed each night to be a grown up. And when I grow up, when I grow up, I will eat sweets every day, and I'll play with things that mums pretend that mums don't think are fun. And I will wake up when the sun comes up, and I will spend all day just lying in the sun. And I won't burn, 'cause I'll be all grown up when I grow up.
When I grow up, I will be brave enough to fight the creatures that you have to fight beneath the bed each night to be a grown-up. When I grow
Just because you find that life's not fair, it doesn't mean that you just have to grin and bear it. If you always take it on the chin and wear it, nothing will change.
when I grow
Just because I find myself in this story, it doesn't mean that everything is written for me. If I think the ending is fixed already, I might as well be saying I think that it's okay. And that's not right.
Everyone, gather round. I want my entire family to share in my triumph. Except for you, boy.
I'm a girl.
So, 155 old bangers on my hands. How can I possibly make the mileage go back? I could have very well drive each one backwards, could I?
Backwards?
Then, using my incredible mind, I had the most genius idea. I grabbed a drill, put it on backwards, and whacked it on.
Backwards?
Exactly. Within minutes, I reduced the mileage to practically nothing.
Backwards.
You get it, Michael. 10 minutes later, the Russians show up. Expensive suits and dark glasses.
Russians are nocturnal. I saw it on a program this night.
That was a program about badgers.
Same thing. And did it work? Now I can record dance lessons with Rodolfo all day.
But they trusted you and you've cheated them.
What on earth did we do to deserve a child like you?
You know what I'm gonna go do tomorrow? I'm gonna go down to that school and I'm gonna tell your teacher that you're never to be let in again.
What? No!
And if she does let you in, then I'll have her fired. And you'll never read another stinking book as long as you live, young man.
I'm a girl.
Now, go back to your room, you nasty little creep!
Backwards.
The escapologist's daughter suffered in silence, never saying a single word about the evil aunt's bullying. This only encouraged the woman to greater cruelties, until one day, she exploded.
You are useless, filthy, nasty little creep!
And the aunt beat her and threw her into a dank, dark, dusty cellar, locked the door, and went out.
Have I been so wrapped up in my grief for my wife that I forgot the one thing that matters to us most? I love you so much. I shall spend the rest of my life making it up to you.
But when the little girl fell asleep, the escapologist's thoughts turned to the acrobat's sister.
Bullying children is our game, is it? Then let us see what she can do before the wrath of a grown man.
But that was the last little girl ever saw of her father.
They're for Matilda.
Not on my watch. There's an age for reading and an age for being a filthy little toad. These are toads. Aren't you, Bald Trotter?
Yes, Miss Trunchbull. The Bald Trotter here is now a good toad.
Sit! Miss Honey, you believe in kindness and fluffiness and books and stories. That is not teaching. To teach the child, we must first break the child. Quiet, you maggots!
But no one's speaking, Miss Trunchbull.
Miss Honey, when I say quiet, you maggots, you are entirely included in that statement. Where is my jug of water?
Oh, look at Miss Trunchbull.
Stupid girl! Look at you! Bloody, disgusting, revolting! Revolting, I say! I think it's time you'll tell the doer with a bit of fizz egg! The scoop of the lake has started reeking. Quiet, maggots, when I'm speaking! Reeking with the most disturbing scent. Only the finest nostrils smell it, but I know it oh too well. It is the odor of rebellion. It's the odor It's bad. It's sweating. And this egg will get you sweating. And it won't be long before I smell the form of aiding and abetting. A bit of this edge will tell us who has a head for the rebellion storm. Held, just like how a wanted egg floats to the top of a bucket of water. A bit of mixture.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
The top of the
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Once we exercise steam, they shall be too good for steam. Some double time is a thing. Should stop for or from stepping in. Alright, let's have it. Double time. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is it. This is it. Double time is let's bring this odor home.
The smell of rebellion, the stench of revolt, the reek of insubordination, a whiff of resistance, the palm of dissent.
And I will not stop till you are squashed, till this rebellion is quashed. The glorious wetty disorder has left this sickening stench away.
Let's transfer.
Quiet!
I don't think this is teaching at all. I think it's just cruelty.
That is because you, Miss Honey, are pathetic. You are weak. In fact, you are a sniveling little newt.
Oh, what me, no, miss, I didn't.
Cockroach, you did this, you violent little repulsive little sinner.
Oh, miss, please, no.
Leave him alone, you big fat bully!
How dare you! You are not fit to be in this school. You ought to be in prison, and the deepest, dankest, darkest prison. I shall have you wheeled out, strapped to a trolley with the muzzle of your mouth. I shall.
Have you ever wondered, well I have, about how when I say red, for example, there's no way of knowing if red means the same thing in your head as red means in my head when someone says red. I'm not sure, but I wonder if inside my head I'm not just a bit different from some of my friends. These answers that come into my mind unbidden, these stories delivered to me fully written. And when everyone shouts like they seem to like shouting, the noise in my head is incredibly loud. And I just wish they'd stop, my dad and my mum, and the telly and stories would stop for just once. And I'm sorry, I'm not quite explaining it right, but this noise becomes anger, and the anger is light. This burning inside me would usually fade, but it isn't today. And the heat and the shouting, my heart is pounding, and my eyes are burning, and suddenly everything is quiet. Like silence, but not really silent. Just that still sort of quiet, like the sound of a page being turned in a book, or a pause in a walk in the woods. And though the people around me, their mouths are still moving, and the words they are forming cannot reach me anymore. And it is quiet, and I am warm, like I've sailed into the eye of the storm. Go on, tip over. Go on, tip over. Tip over.
And I tell you, there's nothing I shall not do, no length to which I shall not go, no punishment I shall not. What is it? What is it? The newt, it's heading north!
Well, that was interesting. I think we better all go home while we still can. Matilda?
Watch. I moved it with my eyes. Am I strange?
Would you like to go on a nice stroll?
What do you think this thing is? This thing with my eyes?
I can't pretend that I know, Matilda, but I don't believe we should be frightened of it. I think it's something to do with that incredible mind of yours.
You mean there's no room in my head for my brains? So they have to squish out through my eyes?
Well, yes, but not exactly. You certainly are a special girl, Matilda. I met your mother. She's unusual. What about your father? Is he as proud to have a daughter as clever as you?
Oh, yes. He's always saying, Matilda, I'm so very proud to have a daughter as clever as... That's not true, Miss Honey. He's not proud at all. He calls me a liar, and a cheat, and a nasty little creep.
I see. Oh, look, over there. That's my home sweet home.
Are you poor, Miss Honey?
Well, yes. Yes, I am, very.
But don't they pay teachers as much? I think you should be able to afford at least a real home.
Well, they don't actually, but I'm even poorer than most because of other reasons. I used to live with my aunt, but one day I was out walking and I came across that old shed. I fell completely in love with it. I ran to the farmer and begged him to let me move in. He thought I was mad, but he agreed, and I've lived here ever since.
But, Miss Honey, you can't live in a shed.
I'm not strong like you, Matilda. My father died when I was young. Magnus was his name. He was very kind, but when he was gone, my aunt became my legal guardian. She was mean and cruel, like you could hardly imagine. And then when I got my job as a teacher, she presented me with a bill for looking after me all those years and said I had to pay her back every penny. She even produced a document that said my father had given her his entire house.
But did he really do that? Just give her his house?
I find it hard to believe. Just like I cannot believe that he would have killed himself, which is what she said happened.
You think she did him in, don't you, Miss Honey?
I cannot say, Matilda. All I know is that years of being bullied by that woman made me, well, pathetic. I was trapped.
Let's go to the police.
Matilda, we can't. We have no evidence. Besides, my aunt is a very much respected...
Who is she?
Matilda, I can't.
Who is she?
I can't.
Who is she?
It's
Miss Trunchbull.
Yes.
This class is going to have a very special spelling test. Any child who gets one single answer wrong shall go to Toki. What are you looking at?
You. You! Oh, now, let me see. Spell newt.
Newt. N-E-W-T. Newt.
What?
Miss Honey taught us. She's very good at teaching.
Nonsense! You! Stand up and spell the one thing you all are! Revolting!
Revolting. R-E-V-O-L-T-I-N-G. Revolting.
You're cheating!
I've taught them, that's all, with kindness and patience and respect.
How dare you bring those words into my classroom! You know nothing of teaching, and I shall prove it! You! Spell antilacomanial, septricosis, timosis.
But that's not a word. You just made it up.
Spell or go to Turkey! And I must warn you, it has silent letters.
A-M-C-H-E-L-L-A.
Oh dear! Oh dearie, dearie, dear! Okay? I'm so sorry! There was a silent Z. You're going to Turkey!
No. Miss Trunchbull.
Cat. C-A-F. Cat. I got it wrong, miss. Guess you're going to have to put me in Cherokee too. Dog. D-Y-P. Dog. And me.
Table. X-A-B-F-Y. And me.
What are you doing? What's going on? Stop this!
You can't put us all in Cherokee, miss. Banana. G-T-A-A-B-L. Banana. Bully. T-R-U-N-C-H-B-U-L-L. Bully. Revolting! Revolting!
You have to put me in Turkey too!
best of me. Never again will she take away my freedom. And we won't forget the day we
Fought for the right to be a little bit naughty. Never again will the choky door slam. Never again
will I be bullied and
Never again
lied out to when my mom says
I'm a miracle. Never again. Never again will we live behind bars. Never again no we are revolting children. Never again revolting times. We sing revolting songs using revolting rhymes. We'll be revolting children till our revolting's done. And we'll have a Trunchbull bolting. We're revolting. We are revolting children living in revolting times. We sing revolting songs using revolting rhymes. We'll be revolting children till our revolting's done. And we'll have a Trunchbull bolting. We're revolting. Almost screaming hold! Take out your hockey stick and use it as a sword.
Never again will we be ignored.
We'll find out where the chalk is stored. They draw pictures on the board. It's got something. We're revolting! We can SPL how we like. It's none of us wrong, wrong is right. Everyone ain't L-O-T-Y. We're a little bit naughty. So we've got to stay inside the line. If we disobey at the same time, there's nothing that the Trunchbull can do. You didn't think you could push us too far. No, we are revolting.
A few days later, I received a letter. It said that my parents' will had mysteriously turned up, and that I was now the owner of the old, beautiful house, which had been owned by my evil aunt, one Agatha Trunchbull.
Who was never seen again. The Chokies were immediately destroyed, and a new headmistress took in.
And her name was Miss Honey, and it was often said that it was the best school in the land.
Matilda was never again able to move things with her eyes. She said it was because she had no need for superpowers, but she was still stuck with parents who were mean and cruel and called her names.
Well, don't just stand there gawping at me. We're going to Spain, like, forever, and we're, like, never coming back.
Spain, but like, why?
Because this tulip brain sold 155 old bangers to the Russian mafia.
Quick, hide the head!
What if they damage my legs?
Where is your father?
I don't know.
The Wormwood is a stupid man, and assumed I was stupid too. And that is a very, very stupid and rude thing to do.
Yes, well, I'm afraid my father is quite rude and very, very stupid.
You seem smart. Sadly, in my line of work, I don't often get to meet smart people like you. Most of the people I deal with, their thinking is all backwards.
Backwards?
I can have one of my friends teach your father manners. And one day, when he leaves hospital, he will still be stupid, but not so rude. What do you say?
That is a very tempting offer. But I think I've had enough of revenge.
Your father is very lucky to have you as his daughter.
Quick, let's get out of here before they change their minds.
Let Matilda stay here with me.
I beg your pardon?
Mr. Wormwood, I would love to take Matilda. I would look after her with kindness and patience and respect.
You mean leave our daughter here with you?
Dad, you called me your daughter.
And you want to stay here with Miss Honey?
Yes, I do.
And you want to take care of her?
I do.
Well, we are a bit short of room, so yes.
Thank you.
And Matilda leapt into Miss Honey's arms.
And hugged her.
And Miss Honey hugged her back.
And they hardly noticed as the Wormwoods.
And Rodolfo!
As the Wormwoods and Rodolfo sped away into the distance because they had found each other.
Yes, they had found each other.